A word from morning prayer for thy kingdom come. Rise. Yesterday, many churches celebrated Ascension Day, when we celebrate that the risen Jesus rose up to heaven. Right now in the lockdown, there has been an increased demand for baking powder, as people apparently all over the country are baking. In baking powder, a sodium salt reacts with a weak acid to produce pockets of gas in dough, making it rise. Jesus was born in Bethlehem, which means house of bread, but he grew up in Nazareth in Galilee, and in Luke 7 he came to another village in Galilee called Nain, which means charming or pleasant in Hebrew, and this is used in Israel as a greeting. But there was no pleasant greeting in the village for Jesus because of the funeral for a widow's only son. He came filled with the Holy Spirit and encountered the widow's bitter tears. A reaction took place which lifted the lid on the service. Moved with compassion deep in his gut, he spoke only 2 words to the widow, "Don't weep," and touched the frame carrying the body. Jesus spoke to the body, speaking life, and told him, "Rise." And the dead man rose and spoke, and the mourners, filled with awe, glorified God. When he raised the dead, the news went viral around the country. A great prophet has risen. Romans 8:11 says, "And if the spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead is living in you, he who raised Christ from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies because of his spirit who lives in you." Now, if Jesus did rise from the dead and did rise up to heaven, and he did raise the widow's son from the dead, what can't he do for you? So however you're feeling today, my word for you today as we approach Pentecost is rise.